think that was good?
That was pretty solid right there, I
Pretty
think.
solid. Hey, we're up and running. That was pretty good. I have to imagine. I mean, not imagine. See, that's one of those times I have to mess up and I have to fix that. But that was awesome. So, welcome back to the Slide Podcast. I'm Coach Aaron, and today I am joined with a super special guest host, Billy the Bat Boy. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me on. It's been a little while since we first chatted on here, and I'm
Yep.
excited to be back.
Yeah, man. Well, look, you got so much stuff going on. We talked about it on the show. You just released a new book. Tell us, man, what's been going on since you've been on?
Yeah, no, I've been working on the children's book series, Billy the Bat Boy, and just trying to help inspire young athletes and work with different players. And it's been awesome. Was able to interview a lot of former Yankee legends the past couple weeks at an event, and then working on some other opportunities with Perfect Game. So yeah, several things on the plate right now, and just looking forward to 2025. The season's right around the corner. It's coming right now.
Yeah. Well, look, I know you're doing a podcast with Perfect Game. Like, tell us about the podcast, man.
Sure, it's called On Deck, and it's aimed towards 11 to 13-year-old players. And we interview some kids in the program, in the Perfect Game program, and then we have some other guests who can bring value to that demographic, that age group. We
Yeah,
had the mental performance coach with the Guardians on our last episode, and
I
he
saw.
was dropping gold. He was giving us some gems, just how to be a high leverage performer, how to deal with different challenges that anyone who wants to be a professional will face. So it was
Yeah,
a lot of great stuff.
that's super cool, man. Well, you know what? At first, when I found out about the podcast, I'm like, what? And then I was like, you know what? It's all good
Yeah.
because there's so much room for us to continue to like celebrate kids,
Yeah,
and give kids something to be proud of a little bit. So,
absolutely.
dude, I hope nothing but success for you guys in this perfect game, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I think you're okay there.
I
So,
appreciate it. No,
uh,
it's been great. They've been awesome.
that's cool, man. Well, we're in season 4 now,
Wow.
and this is I think episode 11 already.
Yeah.
Like we have been, and we've only released one episode so far. Last week was our first episode release. So by the time this episode airs, we're gonna be up running full steam. So
Yeah.
a lot of really cool stuff coming. Obviously, the field reporters are gearing up for the spring season, and probably by this time that we're listening to this, you guys would have heard our new project that we're about to launch. Yes, because I don't know for sure. You know what? I'm going to take a gamble, and I'm going to tell them, Billy.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
all right, because we're looking about a month and a half down the road for this episode. So you know what? Let's just talk about it. So there's 4 field reporters that we haven't announced to the public yet.
Okay.
So they're working like undercover as field reporters right now. But have you guys ever watched the Impractical Jokers? Yeah, it's good stuff, right?
Oh, it's great.
What
I don't know if they have.
what if we had the Impractical Reporters?
That'd be wild. That'd be pretty
And
wild.
so hopefully by this point, we've released it and there's
Yeah.
content already. But we've got 4 kids that's going to compete against each other in challenges
Oh,
at the ballpark, and we're gonna do some fun stuff, man. And look, you know what? These
yeah.
2 kids are sitting here waiting, and I know they're dying to talk. So let's get them into the show. So
Let's go.
joining us today is twins, 10-year-old boys from New Jersey. They go by the name of the Pinstripe Twins. Huge Yankee fans, and I'm gonna be the first to admit I'm not the biggest Yankee knowledgeable guy, so I brought someone here that I felt could hold water with you guys. Introducing to the Slide Podcast is Carter and Cooper. How are you guys doing?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Man, we're doing great. This is the fun time of my afternoon right here, man. All the work's done and behind me, and I get to hang out with you guys now for a little bit. So, well, look, I found you guys on social media. Obviously the suits caught my attention first, and then I started listening, and man, I was very impressed, man. So how we start every episode is we want to know a little bit about you, right? So tell our listeners and our viewers, a little bit about you, who you are, where, I've already said where you're from, and tell us why you like baseball. And then the last thing, do you guys know what the last thing I need to know is? You guys have been studying some episodes. I didn't know if you'd caught on, but we need to know your favorite cereal.
Favorite cereal. Okay.
And,
All right.
and Carter, you go first.
All right. I'm Carter. I'm 10 years old. I'm a huge Yankee fan. I play baseball too. I'm a second baseman. Let's see what else. My favorite color is red.
Nice.
Your
Not
favorite
Yankee
color.
blue, not navy blue.
No, I don't know that.
That's a Red Sox color right there. I don't know.
I know that's like rival fighting words there or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
In the logo, that's like the hat on the bat.
Okay. You saved yourself there.
What's your favorite cereal, Carter?
I don't really eat cereal. I try to stay healthy, especially in baseball season, so I can get in best shape and play my best.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm not in shape, so that's why I eat cereal.
Yeah.
Cooper.
Some cereals out there are not the greatest for you, so you got to be careful with the cereal. That could be something that builds up some sugar.
You know what? And you know what I'm gonna tell you guys is my favorite cereal is not a healthy cereal. So you know what? It all. You guys are smarter than I am already. All right. So
Thanks.
you're welcome. All right, Cooper. Tell us a little bit about you, man.
I'm Cooper. I'm 10. I love the game of baseball. I love most sports.
Favorite cereal? You don't eat cereal either, do you?
I'm a Yankee fan, and also I'm a big Cowboy fan. And I don't eat cereal either.
That's all right. You know what? Normally I'd make somebody pick a cereal, but you two guys, we ain't even gonna go that route because you two dudes are just way too cool for that. So, all right. How young were you when you discovered baseball?
I was born with a baseball cap on. I always loved baseball. I've loved baseball since I can remember. Really. Yeah.
Like baseball is like one of the best sports ever, right?
Yeah. It has to be my favorite sport.
Yeah. Well, Billy,
Yeah.
like, what do you think about these two dudes? Like, they
I
don't
think
eat
they're
cereal. Yeah.
I'll tell you. Well, I'll tell you this. I try to eat pretty healthy too, and the cereal that could be a dangerous game you play with Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, all these other ones that are enticing. You look at the boxes, it's like, man, you want them in your house, but
I know
you got to watch. I think Raisin Bran or some of these other ones are a better choice sometimes. But no, I love it. I love they're eating healthy. But I first met these guys only a week or two ago at the Yankees Pinstripe Pride event, big autograph signing. And they were running around with microphones and these Yankee suits on, pinstripe decked out. It's just incredible, catching the eyes of a lot of people. So it was awesome to get to meet you guys, and I love what you're doing. It really reminds me of when I first started, the passion, the love, and the love for the game, and it's just awesome to see. So keep up that great work. And I'd love to know for you guys, obviously I know your mom's the one who made those suits, right? She was the one who put those together. Did you have any part in creating those, or did you let her take care of it all?
A little bit.
A little bit?
A good amount.
Good amount? Okay.
Like iron on some of the. But shout out to my mom for making the suit.
Yeah. No, for sure. Now she helped you guys out with that for sure. So when was the first time you threw those things on and started interviewing guys?
Actually, it was gonna be our Halloween costume, so we decided to wear it to the World Series this year.
Oh wow!
In Game 1 of the World Series.
So you broke it out. The debut was the World Series for those.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice spot to wear them for the first time, man.
Yeah. What was the reaction? What'd you hear?
Well, everybody was just like, I want your picture. I want your picture. I want your autograph.
Oh, wow. You guys were signing autographs already?
Yeah.
How was that? You got pretty good with your signature?
Yeah, I have a pretty good signature, not to brag.
You got to keep practicing. It's a great thing to practice. I still have papers of me signing signatures on a notebook paper from school over and over and over again. So that never gets old. Always keep practicing.
Yeah, I've changed mine. As I've gone through the years, my signature has changed over time. So
yeah,
but that's a good look. Anytime somebody's asking for your autograph, that's usually a pretty good sign. So like what Billy was saying, like you guys are running around interviewing, but that don't come easy. Most kids can't do that. Like what did you guys have to do a lot of practicing with the interviews before you started, or man, it was just like give me the mics and let's go.
Well, mostly both. I mean, especially when we're starting out, you have to practice a lot, but you get into the groove as time goes on, and you get to practice less and less, and it gets funner, and it just comes to mind, really.
Oh, for sure. You get locked in. You get in that frame of mind, and you're like, I'm going to get this guy. I'm going to run and get that guy. And you guys at that event, you were running around. You were getting different players. You got more guys than I think I got. And it was fantastic to see. But who was the first player you ever interviewed? Who was the first guy you guys got?
In my life,
Yeah.
it was Oswaldo Cabrera.
Oh, man. That's a good first one to get.
Yeah, he was so nice.
Oh,
We
yeah.
interviewed him again at Pinstripe Pride too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we saw him 4 or 5 times. He's just the best.
Yeah.
He's
And
He's
to have
really
a guy like that too, with all the energy, excitement, he's kind, he's going to take the time out to talk to you guys. How much did that help your love for interviewing players and wanting to continue to do it, because he did give you the time to do it and he was excited to do it with you guys?
yeah,
That
really
probably
did.
helped, right?
Yeah,
it really
like
did.
the motivation.
Yeah.
So good with all the fans. He's like the kindest, and he takes time to get in with all the fans.
That's awesome.
Make sure all of them are happy.
It means
And
a lot, right?
Players are like, there's no like mean players. All the players are so nice. Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's also because you're 10. I mean, come on now. You guys are adorable in these suits, and like, who wouldn't want to talk? I'm sure if I walked up, somebody's going to be too busy for me. But you guys are pros already.
Thank
Thank you.
Who's been your like the biggest interview in your career that you guys have had?
that's
Like
a good
favorite?
question.
No, who's been like,
Like
your favorite. Let's do that.
Favorite? Well, we just said as well as Cabrera, but him or Nick Swisher, he was so cool.
Billy knows him.
Yeah. I
He
gotta
made-
say, I feel like everyone has a good Nick Swisher story who meets him, and he was one of my favorite interviews of all time. And when I first talked to him, it was back, I think, in 2016, so it was almost a decade ago, which is crazy to think about.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
he's one of those guys who you interact with them, and it's a memorable reaction. It's a memorable interaction that you had, and you remember that for a long time. And you guys won't forget that either for a long time. It'll stick with you, and it's really special.
You know, one of the things, Billy and guys, that is so cool about interviewing is you learn so much, that help you in life. What's been some things that you guys have taken away from some interviews that you've kind of incorporated into your life?
Well, if you be positive and have good energy, then good things will come and you'll get better opportunities and all that good stuff. That's definitely something you learn from interviews.
That's
Energy's
pretty good.
huge, guys. Energy,
Yeah.
positive vibes, just having a lot of that, that aura, that energy. It truly does have an impact and effect. And a lot of times people, they don't want to be around people who are dragging you down or, maybe not in the right headspace. They want to be around positive people. And I remember when I first started interviewing players, the whole idea was that, man, I just want to get closer to the game. I want to find a way to not just get an autograph, not just get a picture, but what more can I do to be involved with this game and be closely connected with it? So I'm wondering for you guys, what was the initial thought behind wanting to interview guys? You remember that first discussion that you had with each other of, oh, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should try to interview a player and see what happens.
Well, yeah, we just tried it out on Oswaldo Cabrera, and
It was fun. It was
it was just fun. It's a
And then we
great
just-
hobby,
And then we just kept on doing it.
and it never stopped. So yeah,
Do you guys write your questions down beforehand, or do you guys?
sometimes we're not usually writing down the questions. Sometimes we ask a lot of players the same question. Like in Pinstripe Pride, we ask every Yankee
Same question.
their most memorable moment as a Yankee. Sometimes we do stuff like that where it's just easy to remember.
Yeah.
But if we're going to like individual events, then definitely we had to prepare a little bit.
I say my favorite interviews so far, there's been really two that stuck in my mind. I say one, Don Mattingly. He was a really nice guy. I met him at Pinstripe Pride. Yeah. And the second, I think, was Tommy John's dogs.
Dogs?
Canine
I got to know about these dogs now. I love some dogs, so tell me about them.
really cute. They had 2 dogs. They were both so cute. We got to interview them behind the
All the autograph signings.
yeah.
That's
You
crazy. I
interviewed
didn't
the
see that.
dogs.
Mhm.
What did they have to say?
That was on Tommy John's wife let us interview her. She was really nice too.
Super cool. Super cool. Like you guys are impressive. Like you're very well spoken. Like the discipline that it takes for someone your age to be able to go through just preparing for interviews and such, that's a big deal. Man, that's huge applause. If I had an applause button here that worked, I'd hit it. But I'll have to add it in later. So, well, look, I know we're going to talk some more about interviews, but you two also play baseball.
Yes, we do.
All right. And so we're a youth baseball podcast. So we're going to talk about all these different things with you guys. And Billy, please continue. If you got more questions like those, man, let's hear them. Yeah. But so now, obviously, you guys probably play on the same team.
Yeah.
All right. I got a hard question for you. Cooper, look at me here for a sec. There you go. I like that. Who's better?
I think I'm the better fielder and Carter's the better hitter. I think I'm the better overall player. I can hit at the field and I can steal bases. He can't do any of those things. Just like
That's messed up. Look,
Man.
I mean, look, Cooper, it's okay if you want to throw an elbow or something in the middle of the interview. I mean, it might go viral or something.
That's content right there.
I'm just kidding. He's good. I think we're about equal level. Yeah.
We're going to save this clip and see how it ages. We'll see what happens in 10 years.
That's exactly right. Because I can promise this right here will probably be a clip that we release. So, all right. So you guys have been playing baseball probably since you remember too, right?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
It's been a really fun journey.
It's been a fun journey, huh? Well, tell me about it, man. Tell me about playing youth baseball up there in New Jersey.
Well, yeah, in youth baseball, it's all about the fun. It's not so competitive. So, that's why the game is so good in youth baseball.
Well, Cooper, go ahead.
It's fun to test out all the positions and see which one do you want to play when you grow older.
Yeah. Now, are you guys planning on being in the MLB, or are you going to be head broadcasters on ESPN Sports Center?
Well, I'm going to try to be in the MLB, obviously, and also when I retire, I'm going to try to be on ESPN. I'd say both. Probably, yeah. I probably want both. I want to have be the best MLB player ever, and then the best broadcaster ever.
Dude,
that's not happening.
Do it.
I love it.
I'll try. Go for it.
I love the mentality. Because that was actually what I thought originally too. I was like, man, I want to play as long as I can. And then I got a career in media waiting for me after that too. So you have a passion you love playing the game, you love working in the game. And that's the coolest thing. No matter how long you play, there's always a career for you in the industry. Like there's so many things. There's a front office job. There's a media related job. You could be a GM of a team or working in the front office in the scouting department. There's so many roles and positions that there are with each MLB team. It's insane. So that's awesome. Staying close to the game is really special.
Yeah. Also, if you were a baseball player, you could just interview people in the dugout. Like Billy did when he was a bat boy, he was just interviewing guys in his dugout. So
Exactly.
So if you move to the big leagues or even just the minors, you could definitely interview a lot of people. So that could help both ways.
Let me tell you just a little bit sneak peek of my journey, guys. So I had the same dreams as you guys, but I didn't start playing baseball until I was 12. So I stepped right into kid pitch, and that woke me up a little bit. I practiced baseball as I lived and breathed it. Like if I was throwing a ball against the house, a tennis ball, whatever I could do, wall ball, everything, right? I didn't finish baseball in high school, so I knew my MLB dream wasn't going to be there. And so I thought I was done with sports, right? And I've got sons, I coach them, and I was like, hey, let's start a podcast. And guess what it did? Now I work for a baseball team. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I work for a baseball team now, the Bananas, right? So, I mean, like you never know. And I'm going to tell you two something, and I mean this, and I know Billy will agree as well, is write down. Like when you get out of here, write down in your notes, like where you want to be. And I want you to look at that. Every time you get frustrated, write it down. Because I promise you, if you write if you want to accomplish something, there's nobody going to stop you. So, like, dude, you guys are doing big things, man. So anyway, baseball. All right, now Cooper, you play. What's your main position?
Play third, shortstop, third base, and left field mostly.
Gotcha. Now how's the baseball team? How you guys doing?
Well, this year,
Season hadn't started yet, but
yeah. Our team finished. What was we only one loss this year.
Yeah, we did pretty good. I think we had the best team.
We had the best team in all of the league.
Yeah, we're practicing all winter.
because the Pinstripe Twins was on that team, I guess, right?
There you go.
I mean, why not, man? Well, I mean, what have you learned in playing youth baseball and hanging out with your friends and stuff? Like, do you realize that baseball is very similar to life?
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard.
You have to work hard to get what you achieve.
Yeah.
It's in life too.
And you're going to fail a lot,
Mhm.
right?
We'll get back up again.
Yeah. And the Hall of Famers in the MLB Hall of Fame, they failed
Mhm.
at best 7 times in some cases when we're talking about batting averages, right? So, I
Yeah.
mean, like, there's a lot of life lessons in baseball, and I love that you two say that youth baseball is about fun.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people out there that think you and I and Cooper and Billy are crazy when we say that, and because it should be. And I'm so glad that you guys. I'm glad that you guys got it, Billy. See,
Yeah.
somebody would already yap clap me, but you take over.
Yeah, no, I think, guys, just the process is just about enjoying the whole process. I think a lot of times we think about winning and we think about just winning games and succeeding and this end goal that we have. But honestly, there's no reason not to enjoy every single day, each part of the process that you're putting in work. Sometimes practices could be tiring and, oh, we would just want to play all the time. But man, I think it's there's really a lot of meaning in enjoying each moment of the process. And you mentioned before how there's being around your age too, you get to play all these different positions, you get to experiment, see what you really like to do, and there's something special about that because you could become a versatile player, learn how to fail, learn how to not do things correctly, and then you fix it and you work harder and you eventually make things work. So now this is a great time for you guys, and just continue to develop, continue to work hard and pursue your dream. And writing things down is crucial. I think a lot of things that the best of the best do aren't the popular thing to do, and not many people your age will be doing those things. So if you could not listen to anybody and just focus on doing things that no one else is willing to do, that's going to set you guys up really, really well. So writing down your goals, writing down thoughts that you have. I have a whole list on my computer, literally a whole document. It's probably over 100 pages long. I just type away just different ideas. Journal. You could write it in a notepad. And some people might make fun of that, right? It's like, oh, it's a diary. You got a diary. It's not it's just a journal. It's like a notepad. But just things like that's what really matters, and that's what the best of the best do. I've witnessed them do it. They really take that stuff seriously. So a lot of it's in the details. A lot of the little things are really crucial.
Yeah. If you enjoy baseball, there's a high chance that you're going to succeed too.
Yeah. No, you got to enjoy it. You got to love it.
I think the number one thing in baseball for everyone who's listening right now, you just every time you go up to bat, just don't focus on that bat. Just have fun. Just swing the bat. Just focus on going back into the dugout. Even if you strike out, it's fine. If you hit a home run, either way, it's the same thing. As long as you're positive about it, you'll be the best that there is.
I think it can be easy a lot of times for people to maybe get too happy when something goes well, and then or be too upset when maybe you strike out or you make an error, and then you're on both sides of both extremes, and it doesn't help you. So I think just being pretty just level-headed, even when things are good or bad, you're going to set yourself up really nicely, because that's what you need to do in order to move forward. Just be even-keeled, be level-headed throughout the highs and the lows, the challenges, the successes. And I'm interested to hear you guys what the toughest moment was for you. Is there any moment that comes into mind, or the biggest challenges that you face so far?
Oh, I remember last season we were practicing with our dad, and we were practicing stolen bases. He was going to throw the ball to us, and then I was backing Carter up, and our dad threw the ball over his head, and it hit my knee, and it really hurt.
Oh,
Oh,
it happens. It happens.
Yeah,
And we
right
had a game
before
right after, but I still played.
there you go.
Man,
You just rubbed some dirt on it, didn't you?
it'll toughen you up.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
There was something Billy was saying something. Oh, like he was saying, say even keel. This is what I always try to say: is stay calm in chaos.
Yeah.
Like your ability to stay calm and think clearly, you'll be the smartest person in the room, because that's not most people's common reaction is to stay calm.
Right.
And anyway, all right, you two are huge like sports history buffs, right?
Yeah, kind of.
How did that start? Like, who wants to read books about old people?
I mean, I think I love the game, and any
want
part of the
more
game
of it.
that you could learn about, it's for the better.
All right, well, tell us some stuff that you've learned that has stuck out to you that like you were blown away by.
Like facts.
Yeah,
Pop quiz.
yeah. Tell us anything that sticks out. Like,
Something
go ahead.
that made my mind boggle is that Babe Ruth only won one MVP. And when I read that, I was like, what? But then I realized that people could only win one MVP back then. So that made a little bit more sense to me.
I did not know that. Billy, did you know that?
I did not, and we'd have a lot more MVP winners nowadays if they stuck with that. Man, imagine if Judge or Ohtani couldn't win more than one MVP. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they would have people win MVP that I've never heard of.
Yeah, I
That's
think Bobby
crazy.
Witt would have won one by now, and some other guys, maybe Lindor. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of the guys that just barely passed over that get their opportunity.
Yeah.
Something that really blows my mind was in 1934, Lou Gehrig won the Triple Crown, and he finished 5th in the MVP.
Who won that year? Who won the MVP?
I don't remember. I remember it was the Tigers. I think because they won the pennant that year, but still, Lou Gehrig should have won. He had the better stats.
For real. Now, you guys are big football fans too, right?
Yes.
What do you think about, and I'm totally skipping subject here, but what do you think about this recent MVP award where Lamar Jackson had every single statistical measure better than Josh Allen, and yet Josh Allen won? What do you think?
Actually, I like the call because Josh Allen's team surrounding him is not as good as Lamar's team. He could just hand off to Derrick Henry every play and just get a first down, just get a free first down. While Josh Allen, yeah, James Cook is really good, but he's not like that type of player. You know, he has some good receivers, but then like Lamar Jackson has no receivers. You know.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness!
Get him on WFAN right now. Let's go. Get him on the radio.
Like, you guys should seriously be on like some of these talk shows. I feel like you're giving a better point of view than they are. I agree with you, dude, because you know what? Josh Allen, his team would not have won those games without him.
Yes.
Like, I think, and not to say that Lamar Jackson is replaceable, but he had that team around him that, like, man, you guys are the bomb. Like, seriously, I got to talk to you guys some more about what else cool stuff did you guys learn? Anything?
Nothing that strikes my mind right now. Definitely
Now,
some. Yeah,
you guys read some stuff around Jackie Robinson, I'm assuming.
definitely Jackie Robinson. Yeah.
What do you think about that dude?
I think that it's really cool that he won. That he was the first black player, but his stats aren't good enough really to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's overrated.
Okay. Now we also got to put some value behind what he went through, right?
What he went through.
Those trials and challenges that he faced that no one else was willing to go through at that time. And so, you know what? Sometimes Hall of Fame inductees, sometimes it's more of their influence of the game and not so much as stats. You can get lost in a lot of stats. Dude, you guys are smart. Is there any record out there, and Billy, you can answer this one. Is there any record out there in baseball that you feel is safe, that nobody's going to break it?
Well, obviously Joe Maggio's hitting streak. Well, that's just not breakable anymore.
How many games was that?
56.
56. That's right. Okay.
It's a lot.
Pete Rose, I think his hits, since everybody's trying to hit home runs now,
Yeah, nobody's not that much average guys anymore, and the pitchers are dominating the game nowadays, so
not enough hits.
Okay.
I'm going to say Cal Ripken's consecutive games played.
That's concreted, cemented
in a world of sports where nobody seems durable anymore and all these injuries are just absolutely dominating the game. I feel like having that many, I think it's been 32. A lot of guys can't play 32 games straight. So I don't know. I feel like I think that's one of the most safe ones just because of the injuries, man. Nowadays it's just, insane.
Yeah. I think for me, because I grew up an A's fan, and this applies for Yankees too for you guys, but I feel like Ricky Henderson's stolen base record.
Yeah.
I think that one's a pretty safe one.
Guys aren't really risking that much for stolen bases anymore that much.
Yeah, now the game will change.
I think stolen bases are really high actually right now. There's been like a 50 base stealer like every season the past few years.
That's fair.
The key is, can they be as durable as Ricky was? I think he played 24 seasons or something crazy like that. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but he played a lot. So, and he ran until the end. Rest in peace, Ricky Henderson. Well, let me ask you a question. What's a funny story? You guys have any funny stories from your interviews?
Can't really think of one. Funny stories.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
Well, we interviewed Wade Boggs at Pinstripe Pride. We asked what his most memorable moment was, and he said, riding the horse after the 1996 World Series. Anyway, when he said, I'm not sure why I did it, I'm scared of horses.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, you guys are getting like all the good action, man. Billy, do you get these kind of answers when you interview?
Once in a while, but I think these guys are getting better answers than I get. They don't really want to talk to me anymore. I feel like they rather give these guys all the good answers.
I know. You guys are beating him to the punch.
They're beating me. But no, that picture, do you see the picture of Wade Boggs on that horse?
Yeah.
Oh, it was incredible. Incredible photo.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite Yankee?
Ever?
Well, let's do it two ways. All right. Maybe let's look at Yankee history, and let's look at current to today.
All right. My favorite all-time Yankee is Nick Swisher, just because he was so nice. And my favorite current Yankee is Oswaldo Cabrera for the same reason.
There you go.
I think all-time is going to be the guy with the hitting streak, Joe DiMaggio. And then current, I got to say Volpe. Volpe, yeah. Wow. I think he's a really nice guy.
No Aaron Judges. I know you love Aaron Judge, of course, but
Aaron Judge is so lovable.
You know what's cool about that, Billy?
Yeah.
Is so Swisher and Cabrera, and it's because of the relationship and the interactions that they had with him. Has nothing to do with the fact that he won a Triple Crown or he was an MVP. It's about how he made these kids feel.
That's what it's about. It's about kindness. It's about being a good person, giving a couple minutes of their time to somebody who's much younger, trying to make it in this game, in this industry. And that's what it's all about. That's what the game's all about at the pro level. These guys trying to interact with the fans. I love that. And you truly remember those moments. I believe the players remember those moments, and the fans remember those moments, and it can really help you continue to stay motivated and encouraged throughout your career. Because if you have those interactions, guys, I know you just mentioned before, it encourages you, it motivates you. You want to continue to do it because these guys are treating you well, and they're feeding into your passion for the game and your passion for interviewing guys. So that's really a special part about it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Definitely.
And the key to life, let me tell you guys, the key to life is do something that you love. That's it, man. That you'll live a great life, man, if you're able to do what you love for a living.
Yeah. And have fun.
And you guys are starting already.
Mm-hmm.
Whose idea was it for let's grab a microphone and interview? Was that mom and dad, or was that one of you two?
It was us. Yeah, we just thought we were watching videos of even some of you guys and some other people just interviewing. I'm like, that looks fun. That looks so fun. I'm like, why don't we try that?
And then our parents are like, okay, here, you guys, here, I'll give you an interview, microphone. You could get these interviews. And it just stuck to us.
But no, that's great. I remember when I first started doing interviews, it was a similar conversation. Just, hey, I think I could do this. I think I want to do it. And then the fact that you go out there and do it, that's a whole nother thing. Like you could have an idea of, you know what? Yeah, I think that's cool. But then to actually execute and to go get that microphone, to go and ask a player to do the interview, those are two totally different things. So the fact that you guys actually did it for the first time and stuck with it and kept doing it, that says a lot. It says a lot. And I think ultimately it's easier to work hard at something when you truly love what you're doing. So it's going to take a lot of hard work. This industry, the profession of interviewing guys and working in sports media, it takes a lot of work, but the hard work is more fun to do. You're able to connect with that work more deeply because it's a passion, because it's what you love to do. So if you have that love for it, if you have that love for the game, why not go for it, right? Why not go for it?
Yeah, it's really fun.
No, I love it.
All these interviews, meet all these players, play the game, all that stuff. It's really fun.
Yeah. Even just watch as a fan in Yankee Stadium, which we're planning to do this season a lot.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's great. That's great.
I've never been to Yankee Stadium, so one of these days I'm gonna have to come up there and go with you guys. And show me around.
It is so amazing.
You have to go to Monument Park with all the players.
Yeah.
That's so awesome to see kids this age just love the game like this. I mean, it makes me happy. You know what? Like, there's a lot of bad people in this world, and sometimes you think, man, this world's just doomed. But then when I meet kids like you, and I'm like, man, we got a bright future coming. So, all right. Well, let me ask you a question. This isn't even sports related. You guys are twins.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get on each other's nerves?
We get on each other's nerves a little bit, but like, not too bad.
We're still best friends. We will be for eternity.
Yeah, sometimes we feel like it, but we always will, definitely.
Cooper. Carter looks like he might get on your nerves a little bit. I mean, you have to have patience, okay? You know, just have a little patience. I'm just kidding you, Carter. I'm sure you guys get talked about all the time because you're twins. So, sorry, that's a sidebar. That's one of those random things that I throw out there sometimes. Now, let's talk football just for a few minutes here. So you're in New York. This is a dangerous question, and I asked this same question to Billy when he was on the show, and he gave me a bad answer. Which football team you guys pull for?
I'm a 49ers fan. He's a Cowboys fan.
What? Man. Oh, man. How did that happen?
Well, Cowboys, my grandma, my grandpa are Cowboy fan, and my mom used to be a Cowboy fan, and now she's a 49ers fan. She converted.
Ooh, wow.
She converted because of me. And I'm a 49ers fan because of, I wasn't really a fan of a team. I just liked football, but then all the players are just amazing. Their fan base is amazing. So I'm like, hey, I want to be a 49ers fan. Also because I want to root against him. I want to be his biggest rival.
Okay. So when did that fandom begin? Were you always fans of those teams, or did it eventually kind of bloom later on?
Like I was like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Years ago. My dad's a Giants fan, so like when I was 1, 2, maybe 3, I was a Giants fan.
Wow.
I don't really know much about the game.
Your dad's team's in your division.
Yeah.
They have to play 2 times a year, man. You had it rough this year, man. I'm sorry for you, Cooper.
I was Giants are worse.
But you're right. The Giants wouldn't any
That's
better.
my team, so I know quite a lot about that. It's
actually, I thought you said the Jets last time.
Me?
Yeah.
No, but it doesn't. Okay. Either way, it's not a great life for either of them.
Let me ask you two, because maybe you two understand this better than I do. But why didn't the Giants get rid of that coach?
I don't know. He showed some good signs, so I understand keeping him. But he
could be good, but I don't think it's a high chance.
He needs to have his players play well and start the season off well to give them motivation later in this.
I think you should go give them a pep talk, Cooper. I think I agree with you. I think every NFL team agrees with you on that one, bud. He treated a lot of players, I heard, bad. And so, Saquon left. Yeah. And how do you let Saquon leave?
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to stay, but the Giants just were like, Oh, we'd rather Daniel Jones than you.
Yeah, I know.
Or
What kind
now.
of sense does that make?
Look at Saquon and look at Daniel Jones. Saquon, if they would have kept Saquon, then they might be like an actual like okay team that is kind of like scary. They're like a still playoff team, probably.
Yeah, they're probably one or two pieces missing from being a really good team at that point.
Yeah, like there's like one or two moves they made bad, so they could just be a good team if they get one of those players back like Saquon or get a new player like that. That could definitely make them a good team that's scary. Also, if they passed up in the 21 and 22 drafts on Micah Parsons and Garrett Wilson to get Kadarius Toney and Andrew Thomas, if they had Garrett Wilson and Micah Parsons instead of Andrew Thomas, and Kadarius Toney,
Oh my God! Imagine,
look at their team.
Imagine how good their team would be.
Seriously.
It is what it is.
You guys need to be in a clubhouse somewhere advising these general managers on moves. Did you see the video clip where the Giants GM's son told him he needed to trade up to get Jalen Daniels? I feel like that.
I saw that clip.
Yeah. Did you guys see that?
Who said that?
So it was a video of the Giants general manager in his office. And he's got a couch, and his son, I think, is on the couch, I believe. And he was like, "Dad, I think you need to trade up and get Jalen Daniels."
Young kid or just how old?
This was, huh?
How old was he? Was it like a little?
Your age? He might be 12.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, why is that?" And he's like, "Because I like him." And I think that was about all I remember from the clip.
He's like, "You got one chance at this job. You might as well go for it." That's what the kid said, and obviously it didn't happen.
Yeah. Fast forward and look how the dust settled. So I think
Neighbors is good. Yeah.
Yeah, he is good.
Great future.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I had him on my fantasy team this year. I finished first place in my fantasy.
Yeah, I finished third place in my fantasy league. I had a pretty stacked team, but in the first playoff week, Josh Allen did terrible.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I finished fifth. I won the two second bracket games.
Gotcha. Look, next time I have a draft coming up or something, look, I'm calling you. Like, look, tell me the inside scoop on these guys.
You got two consultants right here. You got to call them up and get some info. I think honestly, kids have really good perspectives sometimes. I think sometimes
100%.
these adults have to listen to the younger guys.
Yeah, I don't think you won me in your fantasy league though, because I had a pretty stacked squad. Josh Allen, Puka Nacua, Tyreek Hill. I had Christian McCaffrey. He got hurt. That's devastating.
How many people's in your league, too?
10. Wait, no, 10, right? Yeah, 10. Yeah, 10.
You had 10?
Tyreek Hill for Tyron Tracy.
I mean, somebody needs to learn how to draft in your league because it sounds like you're picking all the good players.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't even have the first pick. I had a sixth pick. Yeah.
I was the last pick in this past year's, but that was actually beneficial because we do the go forward and then come backwards draft. So
yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
Nice draft too.
Gotcha.
I got the first pick. He got CeeDee Lamb, and he turned out to be bust. I mean,
he just didn't have a quarterback.
No. I eventually traded him for Monroe St. Brown at the very end. Bo Nix. CeeDee Lamb and Bo Nix for Monroe St. Brown, but I mean, Monroe St. Brown scored like I'd say 150 total points for me at the end of the season, so I'll take it. Yeah. He
It's not chump change.
Williams too. So if I start both of them, one of them probably will at least do good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I had Jerry Jeudy. I benched him almost the whole season because my receivers were so good. And the 1 week I put him in, his quarterback got hurt, and he did so bad.
And Jameis Winston was throwing in the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think you guys have got a very bright future ahead of you.
We're playing on fantasy baseball too.
Oh, yeah? I haven't played fantasy baseball.
Yeah, we're looking into it. Yeah. Probably start this year.
It seems complicated. Do you pick a whole 9-player roster in baseball?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like 24.
You draft a clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but if we do it, we're probably gonna be weekly, so we don't have to go on our iPad or phone every single day. So weekly it would be a little bit, yeah.
That's a lot of work for MLB. You play it, Billy?
I did in the past, but by the second week of the season, I'm forgetting to put guys in the lineup and to put another pitcher in. You have a whole bench, and it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much for 162. It's a lot of
Oh my
games.
god, and 162.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh,
It's
wow.
fun. The draft is fun, and then the first week is fun, and then it becomes a job.
Yeah. See, like in football, like honestly, the first draft doesn't even really matter because everybody's just picking the big names, and I'm usually the ones like I drafted Xavier Worthy like at the bottom, like near the middle of the draft because I watched him in college. I knew what he was going to do with the Chiefs, but usually my roster changes so much during the season.
I feel like all the good players come from picking them up off the waivers. I feel like that's
agree.
what the good players actually.
He was the best
Like
waiver
Chase
picker.
Brown. I drafted Joe Mixon. I had a lot of good waiver pickups. I stole Tracy from my dad. I won over him. He was really mad at me.
Hey, that's what makes a good general manager, man. Working that waiver wire, finding those hidden gems. Might have general manager in your career too.
Yeah, and a very vital part is making trades. That's how I got a lot of my good players too. That's how I got Tyreek Hill. I traded for Christian McCaffrey. That was a bad trade. Justin Jefferson for Christian McCaffrey. I didn't think he was going to get hurt though. So
You never know about McCaffrey. Cooper, you were wanting to say something?
Yeah, I had two really good trades. I traded Josh Jacobs for Rashad White, who lost his starting job, and Josh Jacobs scored a touchdown in like his last 10 games. I don't know. Yeah, he played really well for me. And then I also traded Mike Evans for Drake London. I had Drake London. I traded for Mike Evans, and Mike Evans was a touchdown machine.
Mm-hmm.
I want to come watch football with you guys. Like this would be fun. Like
Yeah, we have to start a league. Definitely.
Man, look, maybe we need to. Maybe we need to do a fantasy draft and with Slide podcast guests and everybody. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah,
That was really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably get a lot of likes and follows too. So
Oh, yeah.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea there, dude. Look, Carter.
I really miss football already.
I know, man. And we got to wait all off season. So it's all
I
right.
like football season.
That's a great thing about baseball. You got a long season, a lot of baseball.
yeah, it never ends.
Football, not as much.
And by the season's done,
There's
football is already 2 months in.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
crazy. Overlaps a little.
There's always something there to entertain us, right?
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes we just have to entertain ourselves, and I'm sure you guys do a great job at that. So, well, look, I know we pulled you away, and you guys probably have a very busy schedule, knowing that how genius you guys are. Your schedule's probably packed, and I want to thank you guys for coming on the show.
Yeah, I want to thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. It's been really fun.
Yeah, like I feel like I need to find something like just have you guys back more often. So
Yeah, we'd love to come back again.
Got to
Yeah.
figure out a collab. Let's go.
I know it. We got to do something. So let's start our minds working. Okay.
Okay.
Figure out what we can do together. Okay. Well, look, we can't let you go anywhere until we ask our last question. All right.
Let's see what this is.
It's the hardest question that we actually ask in the show. Billy, don't you think so?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right.
I'm ready.
Bottom of the 6th inning. All right. Both of you. Different games because I can't do it all in the same game. Bottom of the 6th. Tying runs on third base. You're walking up to the plate. What's your walkout music?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd probably do "Smoke on the Water" because I feel like that's a good rock song for it.
Dude. How do you... That song is older than I am. How do you know
Throwback.
that song?
Love it.
I like a lot of retro songs.
We're like... We're meant to connect here today, I feel like. Cooper, what about you, man?
I play guitar, and also that was the first song I learned. It's a pretty easy song, actually. But
I got a guitar. I got a Taylor acoustic sitting right over there in my corner. So
Yeah.
we're dudes from now on, man. We're lifelong dudes. So, Billy, any final questions for these guys?
No, I think I got everything out that I needed to, man. I'm impressed with these guys. As I mentioned before, just great to see this, and you just got to keep going. Just got to keep going and keep living it out, keep enjoying it. It's a great passion to have. And the fact that you guys found that passion early will only help you as you move forward, because you'll be continuing to do this, I know. And it's something that not a lot of kids have figured out at your age. A lot of kids are going to be searching for this for a long time, and you guys already know. So it's a really special thing to have already. So keep it up, keep going. I'm proud of you guys, and I'm excited to keep following the journey. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you. And my walk-up song would probably be Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes.
Oh, okay. There we go. I like the White Stripes. That's some good music there. And something Billy said earlier too that kind of stuck with me, and I want it to stick with you guys as well. Everybody's dreamers, right? Everybody's got great ideas. There's so many patents that someone's had already thought of that the only thing missing is because they didn't want to put the work in.
Yep.
And Billy said this earlier is, there's a lot of people want to do good things. What separates the good people from the great people, and not in characteristics, but is the people who actually know how to take action, right? It's great to plan. The next step is to execute. And you guys have already this foundation set. So as you guys get older and if you guys don't get drafted, as you guys are graduating, there's college, you already have the foundation to be a successful student. Go ahead, Carp. You want to say something? Oh, I thought you were going to say something. But you already have that foundation, man. And that's what's so impressive. And I'll have to give a big attaboy and attagirl to your mom and dad. They're man, it got you introduced to some good music, and you can't even go wrong with that. So, all right, guys. Well, look, here's how we wrap up the show. I'm going to thank everybody for listening here in just a second. But after I do that, you guys get to close the show. And so, Billy, I'm going to let you do this one, okay?
Oh, boy.
All right. So all you got to do, Billy, is you just got when I say, all right, Billy, you just got to say, until next time.
Okay.
And
they'll finish the rest.
And they know what to say. So
Perfect.
That makes me feel so good when kids know that already. So
good.
Well, look, I want to thank everyone for listening. I hope you go follow these two kids. We're talking to the Pinstripe twins, Carter and Cooper. Such amazing role models, even at the age of 10. And pretty cool. And honestly, I'm on the older side, guys, and I want to hang out with you guys. We're going to watch a football game or something. But anyway, go follow them on social media. We're probably going to do something together sometime soon, and we're not going to want to miss out on it. So anyway, go follow us, subscribe to us on all social media platforms, YouTube, X, all the other things, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Did I miss some, Billy? I can't even remember now, but
I think you got him.
I think so. But anyway, follow us, subscribe, and Billy?
Until next time.
Catch you on the slide.
Thanks for joining the action and sharing our love for the game. Now go practice your swing, or at least look like a pro in the mirror. Subscribe and follow the Slide Podcast and the Field Team on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your favorite social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review, a thumbs up, and recommend us to every person you meet. Got a question? Drop it in your review. We might just answer it on the podcast. Keep grinding, dreaming big, and remember, there's nothing you can't accomplish. Till next time, we'll catch you on